5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very, very much. I'm proud to rise in support of my bill, the Hire More Heroes Act. This common sense legislation will help small businesses hire more of our veterans by exempting veterans who are already receiving health care through the DOD or the VA from being counted towards the 50-employee limit for the employer mandate under the Affordable Care Act. On opening day, the House passed H.R. 22, the Hire More Heroes Act, by an overwhelming bipartisan vote of 412 to 0. I especially want to thank my colleague from Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard, for working together on this issue. And I also want to take this time, Mr. Speaker, to thank Chairman Paul Ryan and his entire Ways and Means Committee for ensuring that this very important issue is addressed in this Congress. In order to maximize the chances for this important legislation to be implemented into law this session, we are again considering the Hire More Heroes Act, which I reintroduced last week as H.J. Res. 61. H.J. Res. 61 is an example of how Washington is supposed to work. I say this because this idea didn't come from Washington. It came from a member of my Veterans Advisory Board in Madison County, Illinois. After explaining that Obamacare to veterans throughout southwestern Illinois and how it impacts their VA benefits, this advisory board member, Brad Leviti, began wondering why they were subject to the employer mandate if they were not even in need of health insurance coverage. His concern was raised with me at one of my Veterans Advisory Board meetings, and shortly thereafter, we began work on this Hire More Heroes Act. This bill will help businesses, small businesses, those with less than 50 employees, hire more of our nation's veterans by making a common sense change to Obamacare. We continue to see this law's lingering impact on our economy as many small businesses delay hiring, cut hours, and in some cases reduce payroll. In fact, the National Small Business Association found that 91% of small businesses have seen increases in their health care costs, and 2/3 of their members listed the Affordable Care Act as a reason for holding off on investing in people. Mr. Speaker, when a small business invests in people, that's how America creates jobs. In my home state of Illinois, it's estimated this year that the Affordable Care Act premium increases will rise as much as 30%. By making this common sense change to the law, we will not only help provide small businesses much needed relief, but also the main goal, help veterans, our heroes, find more work. Despite receiving some of the best training in the world, post-9/11 veterans are consistently faced with higher unemployment rates than that of other veterans. So as more and more of our veterans return home, the Hire More Heroes Act will give these veterans a boost in this very competitive job market. And I ask all of my colleagues to once again, Mr. Speaker, this bill passed earlier this year, 412 to 0. I'm asking all of my colleagues to support this common sense, bipartisan policy that will help American businesses hire more of our heroes. And again, I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, and Chairman Ryan, and I yield back the balance of my